guys, Andy here, and today we have our horror talk episode for this week, and it is going to be Annabelle. So, if you want to know my thoughts on this movie, my little review here, stay tuned. As always, if you like today's makeup, I did do a little post on Instagram. I took this inspiration from someone, so, my links are all in the bio as well as everything I'm wearing. Everything's in the description box that you would need. So if you like makeup unboxings with a little bit of horror sprinkled in, please consider subscribing, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. And let's go ahead and get on into today's episode. So we have Annabelle. This came out in 2014 and has an IMDb rating of 5.4 out of 10. And the storyline goes, John Form has found the perfect gift for his expectant wife, Mia, a beautiful, rare vintage doll in a pure white wedding dress. But Mia's delight with Annabelle doesn't last long. On one horrific night, their home is invaded by members of a satanic cult, who violently attack the couple. Spilled blood and terror are not all they leave behind. The cultists have conjured an entity so malevolent that nothing they did will compare to the sinister conduit to the damned that is now Annabelle. So, we have our trivia, my favorite part, of course. The real Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll, not a porcelain doll. I feel like most people know that if you know anything about Annabelle. And I think the Raggedy Ann doll is honestly way more creepy than the porcelain doll. Even though I think porcelain dolls are creepy, I collected them as a kid, but I digress. Ellen DeGeneres lived in the apartment that was used in the movie. That is neat. Character names Mia and John refer to the lead actors of Rosemary's Baby, which is on my list of movies that I need to watch so that I can review for you guys, but I found that was neat. They're Mia Farrow and John Cassavetes. You know I can't pronounce names, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. Coincidentally, Annabelle is the name of the actress that first plays Mia. So that's interesting. And then our last little piece of trivia here is this is the highest grossing horror film in the Philippines, surpassing Insidious Chapter 2. So that's neat. As always, this is my little cliche warning here. We're going to get into the kill count, which we do have a kill count of 14 here, but if you're not into the blood, guts, and gore, this is your little cue to click off. And if that's what all you were here for, then I totally understand. If not, let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said, we have 14 kills. We have a few that happened before the film. And where do they start taking place? During. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we have several that take place before the film, and then we have, obviously, the ones that take place during. So, we have Ruby, who was killed in a car crash off screen, but that is mentioned. Sharon Tate, killed by Tex Watson, Susan Atkins, Patricia Krenwinkel, and Linda Kasabian on the orders of Charles Manson off-screen. Mentioned. Sharon Tate's unborn child died when its mother was killed by those above. This is also mentioned. Jay Sebring is killed by all four of those people. We have Tex, Susan, Patricia, and Linda. On the orders of Charles Manson. Again, this is off screen, but it's mentioned. We have Abigail Folger, again, killed by those four people in the orders of Charles Manson. Off screen, mentioned. Wojciech Frykowski, I think I did okay on that, was killed by Tex, Susan, Patricia, and Linda on the orders of Charles Manson. Off screen, mentioned. Stephen Parent, killed by Tex, Susan, Patricia, Linda, off-screen. From the orders of Charles Manson, we have Linda LaBianca, killed by Tex, Susan, Patricia, Linda, on the orders of Charles Manson, off-screen, mentioned. Rosemary LaBianca, killed by Tex, Susan, Patricia, Linda, on the orders of Charles Manson, off-screen, mentioned. Those are all of our people that were killed before the film that are just, mentioned during. So now we're getting into what actually happens during the movie. So we have Pete Higgins. His throat was slashed by Matthias using Annabelle Higgins' body off screen. Isn't it bad when you can't read your own handwriting sometimes? I really wish I had like a computer and a printer so I could type these out instead, but you know, we'll get there. Sharon Higgins, killed by Thin Man off screen. The Thin Man, shot to death by police officer. Janice, or Annabelle, Higgins, committed suicide by slitting throat off screen under Matthias's control. Evelyn sacrificed herself to spare Mia and Leah, forms souls by jumping out a window with the Annabelle doll. And that is everybody. That is everything. I don't think that it's worth that low of a rating, 5.4 out of 10. But I do like the later Annabelle movies. I think this one is a little weak. So I think that I'm going to give this one 3 stars. Just because, like, it could have been a little bit better, in my opinion. But again, it laid down a nice foundation for where the Annabelle story goes throughout this series later on down the line. And I didn't mind this movie, so I think 3 stars is a fair rating. So, yeah, that is what we have for today's Horror Talk episode. Like I said, if you guys have any horror movies you want me to watch and review, leave them in the comments, because I want to do Insidious next, I think. I do already have my Valentine's Day episode prepped and ready to go, so that's exciting. Leave in the comments what movie you think I'm covering for Valentine's Day, because we're going to have a special Horror Talk episode for that. But other than that, I think that's going to do it for today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.